let's enter into the first sutra. First sutra is about ahimsa. Dhamma Sutra, Ahimsa Sutra. Dhammo Mangalamukitam Ahimsa Sanchamotavo Devavi Tam Tamassanti Jasadamme Sayamano. Beautiful. It's not actually Sanskrit. It was the Sanskrit which was used in those days by common people. It's like a spoken Sanskrit. We call the different word Pali. All these words are used to name this language. There are a few more names, but this is not Sanskrit. It's a common man's language. Sanskrit was used only by Pandits. Buddha and Mahavir, both of them used the language used by common people. They wanted to reach common people. They wanted to express the truth. See, they are not interested in showing themselves as a great people. They are interested only in the truth. So they have worked towards reaching the truth to more and more people. Let me give the translation. What's the most superior dharma? Ahimsa is the most superior dharma. A person who has established himself in ahimsa, even the devatas salute him. See, I started with non-possessiveness, aparigraha, and I told that we will enter into the sutras, but the first sutra is about ahimsa. Understand, ahimsa is the first step towards non-possessiveness. That is why Mahavira is speaking about ahimsa, then goes to aparigraha. Let us analyze this ahimsa little deeply. He is saying ahimsa sanjamotavo dhammo mangalamukkitam ahimsa sanjamotavo devavitam namassanti jasadamme sayamano. What is the most superior dharma? Ahimsa is the most superior dharma. Person who has established himself in ahimsa, even the devatas salute him. Ahimsa is the most superior dharma. That's the truth. Understand, you can drop any dharma, but ahimsa is a dharma which you can't drop. It is the basic understanding for human beings to coexist, to live together. Without ahimsa, no human being can live on the planet Earth. Please understand, even the people who committed hundreds of murders, at some point they had ahimsa. That is why they have not murdered some other people. See, from the young age, at some point they were with ahimsa, means non-violence. Otherwise, the day they are born, they would have started killing from the parents. Ahimsa is the basic truth of life. One important thing we should understand, all the great masters, whether Buddha, Krishna, Mahavira, Shiva, all of them are talking more about ahimsa. All the Eastern masters talk more about ahimsa than about love. Love comes only second. Ahimsa is emphasized. But for a Western mind, the word love is looks more appropriate because it is positive things, positive thing. Non-violence is more like a negative, but ahimsa is more like a positive. And love is more like a positive. But all the Eastern masters, they emphasize more on non-violence than love. Because in love, slowly you become aggressive. Not only that, when you say I love you, you give some promise to the other person. And all promises are failures. The moment you give promise to somebody and you don't fulfill, that is also non-violence. That is also violence. You give a promise to somebody that I love you, I am going to create heaven around you. The moment you say you love somebody, directly or indirectly you have given many promises, sharing roses and giving them the idea that you are going to create heaven for the other person, or you are really going to make the other person happy. You have given so many ideas to the other person, and when you don't fulfill, it is violence. With non-violence, you are very clear. When you start, you are very clear. I can say only one thing, I will not hurt you. That's all. So the right way to start love is non-violence, not love. Love will happen when you really experience non-violence. And you cannot make love happen. No. You can work only in the direction of non-violence. Love will happen as a byproduct. If you try to work directly in the line of love, you will mess up. And you will end up creating troubles for you and for the other. Non-violence, ahimsa, such a powerful dharma. I always tell people, even in my ashram, see, there is nothing, no rule which will take you away from enlightenment. To tell you honestly, even all so-called morality, everything is only a social rule. There is only one dharma, one rule which is directly connected to consciousness. Understand? All dharmas are based on conscience. Means your mind, conscience, which will change in every century. In some part of the planet Earth, eating vegetarian food is the only right thing. And in some other part, you can eat non-veg. That's perfectly alright. The social rules always change. Morality has no solid base on consciousness. There is no dharma which is directly connected to consciousness. All dharma, all morality is related only to your conscience. Means the society. If you change the place where you live, the morality changes. It is just like a constitution of every country, law. It is just a social law. But there is one dharma, one truth, which is directly related to consciousness, which is universal. That is ahimsa. That is why we say ahimsa paramo dharmaha. That is the ultimate dharma, most superior dharma. Non-violence is the paramo dharmaha. See, unless you learn, you imbibe the idea of non-violence, you can't live on the planet Earth. It is a simple, basic, preliminary understanding to live and let live, to coexist on the planet Earth. There's a beautiful sutra in Patanjali which says, Ahimsa pratishtaya vairatyagaha. Amazing sutra. He says, if you are established in ahimsa, in front of you all enmity disappears. There are thousands of stories. Animals or people dropping their negativity and enmity in front of enlightened masters. Thousands of stories. In Buddha's life, we can say so many stories. There was a mad elephant sent to kill Buddha by one of the Buddha's cousin. And when the elephant came in front of Buddha, it just stopped and bowed to Buddha and did pradakshina and went away. The other day I was reading an article. One scientist was trying to fix some electrodes, the brain of the animals, and manipulate it. There is a beautiful article, I was reading about it. He activated an electrode which creates anger, and the bull became mad. And after a few minutes, when it was about to jump on him, he just activated another electrode and the bull becomes just silent and sat. When you are really established in non-violence, in front of you, no animal can experience violence. The brain part which aggravates anger or violence simply disappears. It stops working in front of you. One important thing you should understand, whether you understand or not, believe it or not, whatever you strongly experienced, you radiate that quality. You express it. Even if you try to cover, you can't cover. You can't hide. You can't hide. You radiate. In the Sanskrit, we have a word called darshan, means seeing. They say even seeing negative people will create negativity in you. You may think, how can that happen? You don't know, because they are constantly radiating that same kind of waves, that same kind of thoughts.